What's going on, guys? You guys had wedding photography related questions and I have your answers. And in this week's video, we're going over the getting ready part of the wedding day. We're going over what is the getting ready part, what kind of photographs that we can try to capture during that time, and tips and advice to make that time of day run as smoothly, as efficiently as possible. So during the getting ready part of the day is the time that we focus on a lot of the detail shots, such as the shoes, the rings, the bouquet, the boutonnieres, the bow tie, the watch for the groom, of course the wedding dress hanging up in a nice little area somewhere in the hotel room or wherever you're getting ready. So all of these little detail shots make for nice little additions to the album layout for that kind of first chapter of the day as you're flipping through the book. It really helps kind of glue the story together in a way. Now, as soon as we're done with details for the bride, we go straight into bridal portraits that typically start on the hair and makeup chair, kind of like the last 5 or 10 minutes of that. And of course, during the entire time, we're also focusing on candid moments that happen, any jokes and laughter and emotions that are happening with your bridesmaids, or your mom, or anybody else that is sharing that time with you there. A lot of brides also like to do a first look with their father as soon as the getting ready is done, so that's also something you can consider. As soon as we are done with hair and makeup and a lot of the candid shots during that time, we focus on bridal portraits, on groom portraits, basically individual portraits of just you alone. Generally, this is also in the same getting ready location or just not too far away from there. If it's in a hotel room, we might take you down to the lobby or just outside. If it's a nice scenic area, that's kind of, it depends, it varies from location to location depending on where you are getting married or getting ready rather. Now for the groom, it's very similar. We also start off similarly with the detailed shots, and then we go into your best man helping you out with the bow tie, adjusting your cufflinks, your watch, things like that. Generally, I recommend getting a hotel room or choosing a getting ready location with nice big windows for that beautiful natural light that comes in. We also focus on shots like, for example, a nice shot that I like to do is having your best man or your father help you out with the jacket, and those emotions, those moments that you share together, we're always there to capture that as well. Any candid moments, likewise, that you're sharing with the groomsmen, joking around, if you want to have a couple drinks or anything like that with them, kind of get loosened up, ready for the day, is I think a great shot. So as soon as the getting ready is over, we kind of go into either a first look or we head towards the ceremony. I'm going to have a separate video on the recommended timeline of the day and what you guys can try to plan out from that perspective. So watch out for that video coming shortly. Now, when it comes to planning out your getting ready time, one of the biggest tips, like a piece of advice that I can have for you, is to make sure your room is clean and tidy. When your wedding photography coverage starts, we are showing up there ready to work. Of course, we're gonna say hello to everybody and we wanna get acquainted with everybody, but rather than spending time kind of cleaning up clutter or empty bottles, or if there is food maybe somewhere on the coffee table or anything like that, we don't wanna waste time doing that when we arrive on site. Generally, we have about 45 minutes to an hour or so for the getting ready part of the day. So we want to make the most use of our time, and rather than spending time cleaning up, we want to get straight into the photography and make sure that the room is photo ready for us to start working. So that's one of the biggest pieces of advice I would have for you, is to just keep things tidy and try to make the most use of our time that way. Also, it's really helpful to have all of those details that I mentioned before, such as for the groom, watch, cufflinks, bow tie, shoes, jacket, all of those things that are part of your day, kind of sitting in one area of the room and ready for us to photograph. For the bride, those details would include things like the rings, invitations, shoes, the dress, any other details that are significant to you. If you guys are doing a bride and groom gift exchange or note exchange or anything like that, this would also be a great time to exchange those and capture your reactions to opening it up or reading through it. If you have a wedding videographer, they're also going to want to set some time aside to have you generally read the note. This might be with people around, or you guys can kind of clear the room out and do it in more privacy that way. But I see a lot of times that reading those notes makes it into the final cut of the video. So that's something you guys would go over with the videographer. Now, if you have any other questions, I hope this helped, but feel free to leave them down in the comments below. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this anywhere else, such as Instagram or Facebook, likewise, leave them in the comments below or send me a private message on there, and I'd be happy to answer your question in an upcoming video. So I hope this helped. Like and subscribe. Make sure you follow me on there, and I'll see you here next week. See ya.